Hi, how are you guys? Thank you for joining me. Let's hop into just a quick little look I'm gonna do. Nothing crazy, just letting you know. All right, so first I'm gonna start off with my lips. I'm gonna start with conditioning them while I'm doing the rest of my face. My lips could be getting a little bit moisture because right now they're dry and dusty crusty, and we don't want that. That's not cute. So we're gonna put some lip conditioner on there. I'm gonna be using the Pharmacy lip conditioner, and it looks like this. And I'm gonna be using this while like I said, while I'm working on the rest of my face. Because my lips have been super duper dry and we don't like that. I'm like, and we don't like that. VFX Pro Pharmacy, it looks like this. We're gonna start off with this primer to go ahead and put all over our face. I usually like for my primer to set in my skin for a minute while I do the rest of when I do my makeup, honestly. But lately I kind of been doing my makeup kind of backwards, guys. Like I don't know if that's anybody else, but I honestly been doing like my face first and then I do my eyebrows last, which I'm used to doing my eyebrows first and then I go in with my face stuff. But I've been doing it like this lately, where I do my face first and then I go back in there and I start doing my what do you call it, my eyebrows last. My face is like super irritated right now, and honey, like when I say irritated, I mean irritated, okay? And I've been using a lot of different scrubs because I'm trying to find something that is gonna help my skin too, and at the same time, like, I can't find anything. Like, I don't know what's going on with my skin. It's super duper dry. It's been really dry, and I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with it. But till then, you're gonna see me with my skin super duper red, because it is, and I'm sorry, I apologize. But anywho, I'm gonna be using the BB cream from Pharmacy. It looks like this, and I can honestly tell you this stuff's amazing. If you haven't tried any of the Pharmacy products, and I'm not just saying that, like I said, because I'm like one of their beauty advisors. I'm saying it because I can honestly tell you that before I started using any of the Pharmacy products, my skin was even more irritated than it is now. And I noticed that the Pharmacy stuff has calmed my face down a lot more than what it's been lately. Trying to hop on here and just doing a simple everyday look, because I know a lot of people are not like, how can I say, they don't want to go in with all that eyeshadow, all that eyeliner, all, you know, they don't want to go in with all that. So it's kind of something that's just easy peasy, and if you want a little bit of coverage, you know. But for a while I've been trying to hop on here, like I've been trying to be like, okay, let me pop on here and let me do a quick little moment. And I can honestly tell you guys that I've been trying for a couple of days now to go live, but you know, mom life happens, senora happens, senora vibes happen. Like, I'm a senora and I gotta take care of my babies first, you know. And then if I have time, then I'll be like, okay. But I said it a while back ago, and I'm gonna say it again, is take time for yourself, okay? And it's not selfish to take time for yourself and do your makeup and something that makes you feel better. Don't ever feel like you're being selfish, because you're not. You also have to take care of yourself, because how do you expect you to take care of other little humans if you don't take care of yourself, you know? And that includes mental health, you know. Mentally, like I said, I'm a stay-at-home mom, you know, and sometimes it gets rough. And sometimes I don't have the time to like hop on and go live and do a quick little look or whatever, you know. And especially because my man started working now and he's not home, so it's not like it's easy for me to hop on here either, like right now that he's working. So I tried my best to like hop on and be like, hey girl, hey everybody, I'm alive, you know. But life happens, and I can tell you now, senora vibes happen, and my babies come first, you know. And I'm like, okay, I haven't had time. I haven't been doing my makeup these past few days, past few weeks. I haven't even been doing my makeup, okay? Let's keep it real. And But I told my honey yesterday, I said, you know what? We need to come. And we always talk about this. The funny thing is, me and him talk about this constantly because he's like a big supporter. And he's like, we need to come up with the game plan. We need to come up with the days that you're going to want to go live. So when I get out of work, you can hop on your live real quick, you know? So enough with the rant, but I did want to share with you guys, being a parent, being a mom, senora vibes is hard, yes, but at the same time, take time for yourself and your sanity, you know, because I know it's hard. And I'll be the first to say it sometimes it gets me and I'm stressed, and or I start crying for no fucking reason. But at the same time, I'm like, I know I'm doing the mostest, and I know at the same time I'm doing better than my parent, you know? So I'm just like, I'm doing it. I'm doing good. Shit. All right. So I already did my foundation, which I went ahead and used the Pharmacy BB cream, and I used the color medium. If you're interested in any of the pharmacy products that I'm mentioning, all you have to do is send me a little message and I can shoot you a link, and you can order whatever you like if you're interested in any of the pharmacy stuff. Also, if you're interested in color matching, just send me a message, girl. I'll help you out. All right, so now we're gonna go into concealer, and I'm gonna be using the Pharmacy full coverage. It looks like this, and I'm gonna be using this for my concealer. Like I said, I kind of been doing everything a little backwards recently, where I've been doing my eyebrows last, where I usually used to do them first, and then I started the rest of my face. So let me just tell you, yeah, this is how I've been doing it, just because I find that it's so much easier just to go ahead and start on your face and then do your eyebrows last, so you don't mess up your eyebrows, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and place all my concealer in the places that I place it, you know. To blend my foundation out, I use the Morphe M6, and it looks like this. I'm gonna be going into a smaller version of that, which it looks like this. And this is the G6. It looks like this. Girl, it's been real. It's been real over here. It's been a real. Like I was saying earlier, I've been like in my emotions. I've been like in my emotions. I've been hard on myself being a mother, you know, and being home with the kids. Like I'm that mom that feels guilty about certain things. Like I'm not doing enough for my kids, or I'm not teaching them enough, or I'm that mom, you know. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, you need to take time for you and start focusing on what's making you happy, you know. And you see, I'm taking this brush. It's a smaller version of the one I used for my foundation. I'm just tapping that concealer out like this because I want that coverage, you know? Because mom life is not a joke, okay? Girl, I've been MIA, but I'm back. But I'm back, girl. The struggle's been real, like for real though. I can honestly tell y'all that, like, the struggle, honey, has been real. And like I said, my honey's going back to work now, and it's just me, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. All right, so what I'm gonna be using now to go ahead and set the blah what I'm gonna be using now to set my concealer, I'm gonna be using the Pharmacy. This is actually gonna be called the Face Sculpting Palette. I'm just putting another palette on top just so the mirror doesn't blind you guys, because I'm like, sorry, I'm not trying to blind you, boo. I'm gonna be using the lightest shade, which is this one, to go ahead and set that concealer. But before I do, I make sure I don't have any creasing in those areas, because once you start putting the powder on, girl, you see everything. You see all your sins, okay? And we ain't trying to do all that, okay? We trying to look cute. I'm like, and we trying to look cute or whatever. All right, so I'm just tapping my brush on there, and the brush that I'm gonna be using, it's the Y1. Y'all, I need to clean my brushes, so don't make fun of my brushes, okay? They look a little sad. I'm like, my brushes look a little crazy right now, my friend. But yeah, so I haven't been on live in a minute, and I like promised myself that me and my honey are gonna get it together. Like, we're gonna come up with the game plan, and when he's at work, you know, I can like start setting up my live stuff, just so when he gets here, he eats dinner, we eat dinner or whatever, and then I hurry up and hop on here, you know. So that's our mission right now, is trying to come up with a schedule for something that works for both of us, because like I said, right now that he's working, I can't just hop on here like I used to before, like during the day, whatever type of day it was. So yeah, it's been a little rough, you know, and I'm just trying to survive. And all right, so now that we did already pretty much our face, we are gonna put a little bit of bronzing situation, because I look a little ghostly right now, and I'm not trying to look ghostly. I don't know about you guys, but if you like it then you can just leave it like this. But if you want to go a little further and, you know, put a little bit more product on your face, stick around, girl. I have all my brushes everywhere, so sorry if it takes me a while to look for damn brushes. So I'm gonna be using the same face sculpting palette from Farmacy. It looks like this, and what I do is I just take this big old fluffy brush from this is a Bare Minerals brush. It's called the Full Flawless Face Brush. I got this like a long time ago. You know when Bare Minerals came out with their like starter kit? I'm that old. But anywho, this is a brush that I got from Bare Minerals like a few years ago when they came out with the starter kit. And I can honestly tell you, this brush is one of like my all-time favorite brushes, just because I feel like it really is what it says. It's a flawless brush. Like, it makes your skin, it makes whatever product you're using on your face like look flawless. And especially when it comes to your bronzers and anything like that on your face, I feel like this brush is amazing. So I chose to go on here today just because I told my honey that we're gonna start trying, like, I can honestly tell y'all on here now, I am gonna start trying to go live every Wednesday, because it just works for us. It's like in the middle of the week, and you know, and it's not like Monday. Like Monday, I can't go on Monday because of my kids, you know, their school and all that, and we're starting off the week, and you know how kids are. The beginning of the week, they're like, whatever, mom, I don't want to go, I don't want to do schoolwork, or whatever the situation is. And I just don't want to be fighting with them and be like, okay, you need to go, you need to be doing your school, what are you doing over here, you know? So that's the reason why I feel like Wednesday works better for me during the week, because it's in the middle of the week. And also too, like, probably during the week I'm gonna be doing more more natural looking looks, because I only have a certain amount of time, you know, like my honey got to go to sleep early, and I got to get the kids ready for the next day and all that good stuff, you know. And I'm not trying to be on I'm not trying to be on live for like hours because I usually be on here, like, I ain't even lying. So my honey was like, babe, I can't afford for you to be on live for like freaking 3 or 4 hours, you know, like I need you to do quick lives during the week so I can also get rest, you know. And I'm like, okay. So that's what I mean by me and him, we're trying to come up with the game plan on what days work best for both of us. And you know, and that's what we were talking about yesterday. I was like, dude, okay, so is Wednesday a good time for you? Like, do you think Wednesday's okay? It's in the middle of the week and this and that. And he's like, yeah. He's like, as long as it's not like a crazy long ass live, you know? And my little baby hairs keep coming out. This is why I have to like slick them down and like create little, you know, slick them down a little, because if not, they're like popping out. So if you see my little hairs popping out, sorry, okay? Sorry, I just didn't have time to do all that, okay? I'm gonna be using this makeup 3-in-1 face palette. It looks like this. I'm gonna be taking this shade right here, which is the darkest shade in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and take some, and I'm gonna be using this brush, which looks like these. And this is the E63 brush from Morphe, and I'm just gonna use some right here on this side right here. And I'm just, oh shit, I was brushing it wrong. Don't do that. Don't brush it from here there. No, brush it from here. I was like, don't do what I just did. If you're a first time viewer, say, hey ladies, I like to chit chat with all you guys. And this is the reason why I like to go on live and also record my YouTube, because I like to chit chat. I'm a people person. I freaking love to talk to you guys. And when you guys are being social with me and talking to me, I'm like, oh yes. It just seems like we're just talking and putting makeup on, you know. I'm not necessarily like sitting here talking to myself, you know. Like, I love talking to you guys, so I appreciate every single one of you that watch my lives. So that color, I'm just pretty much focusing on the same places that I placed the other shade. I'm focusing on those places too. And I'm gonna be going into this is actually the Farmacy Makeup 3-in-1 palette. If you have not used any of the Farmacy products, let me just tell you, they're amazing. They smell amazing. If you're sensitive to smell, I can honestly tell you, I don't think this would bother you, but if you want me to compare something to the smell, I cannot, because nothing smells like it that I know of. But I also like to use the Airspun. Looks like this. I like to use this one too to set my face. But lately I've been using the Farmacy one, and it's been working wonders, you know. But if you don't like the way the Airspun smells, I feel like that one has a stronger smell to it, but it does remind me of my grandma. Like, no shade, like I fucking love the way my grandma smelled all the time, and it gives me good memories, you know, when I put it on my face. So I don't mind it. But if you do mind smell, just, you probably won't like the Airspun one. But anywho, I'm gonna go into this blush right here. And I'm going to be using this brush, which is the R4 from Morphe. And what I like to do, like I said, this is what I do every day when I'm not like trying to do a full on like bam in your face look, or something that I'm going to be blending my eyes for like 50 years later, you know. If I'm at home, I'm just like, it is what it is. My kids don't care if I have makeup on or not, but I care, you know. So I'm dipping it in there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the apples of my cheeks. When I put my blush on, I do focus the color right here on the apples of my cheeks, and I do just brush it back. That's the difference when I put on blush and when I put on bronzer. When I put on the bronzer and the contouring, I do start from here and I work it down. When I put my blush, I use it up and brush it up. But yes, so I just started doing lives as well, and I recently just started doing YouTube videos, and I can honestly tell you, it took me forever to get out of my comfort zone. And I know my face looks a little crazy right now, but trust the process. I promise you, we're gonna go back in and we're gonna be blending and blending and blending. But yeah, like I was saying, yes, it looks a little intense now when I first put everything on, guys. And I can promise you that I at first was scared of a whole bunch of products. Like, I was scared of putting bronzer, contouring, blush. I wasn't that girl at first. I was like, nah fam, I don't know, that scares me a little. And I honestly y'all, this is trial and error, okay? I used to work at a car dealership, okay? This is a true story, and I know it's gonna make you laugh because it fucking makes me laugh thinking about it now. But when I first started doing my makeup, when I first started going into using bronzers and contourings and all that good stuff, right? I did go a little heavy on it, and I had to learn and I had to teach myself on how to blend, because the bitch was walking out there looking crazy. And I remember I was in the front, I was one of the receptionists, right? And I also worked like in the back doing paperwork and title work and all that good stuff, right? But we would also take turns and we would work the front desk. So I was in the front, and you know how salespeople are totally fucking jerks. Well, some, okay, I don't know about all of them, but you know how most of them are very blunt and they tell you whatever the fuck's on their mind and they have no sugarcoat or whatever. Well, let me just tell you. Yes, I used to work at CarMax here in Houston by the Gulf Freeway a few years ago. Okay, let me just tell you, years ago when I was younger. And I was just getting into using bronzers and contouring, and I was just getting into it, and I was looking, thinking I look cute. I was like, yes honey, I work it girl. I was like thinking I look cute, right? And I remember one of the sales guys was like, did you go somewhere this weekend? And I was like, no, why? And he's like, because it looks like you got sunburned. And I was like, sir? Mind your business, bro. Mind your business. Keep on walking, honey. You wish you could contour like this. But I was talking shit, and I was so offended. I was like, he did not just tell me that. So I went into the bathroom because now I'm self-conscious about it, right? And I was like brushing that shit off like for years, and I was like, oh my god. You made me feel so bad. And I was like, oh my god, like I really be looking sunburned. And anywho, that was just trial and error, you know. Obviously we learn by mistakes, and that's how I learned. I was like, okay, it looks a little intense now, but promise you it's gonna look okay after, okay? Because I go back in and I start blending it, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do now is just take my fluffy brush. This is the brush that I usually use to put on the rest of my powder all over my face. So I use this brush to just blend everything together because I like to look cohesive, I guess you could say. Hey TT. TT's like, oh my god, laughing. Girl, yes, he made me feel so self-conscious. I was like, oh my god, oh my goodness, do I really look crazy? But I promise you guys, I'm not on no drugs or nothing. This is just my natural high. I'm naturally like this 24/7. When I'm like chilling and calm and just like, then I'm just chilling, you know. But most of the time, this is me. I love to talk. I'm very communicative. Blah blah. Not communicative. Speak right. At least speak right. I'm a social butterfly, so I love to talk. And when I hop on here live, I love to talk to other fellow women, and also to people that are just getting into doing their makeup on lives as well, because I'm like, bitch, we in the same group. I'm just learning how to do makeup. It took me a long time to just get out of my comfort zone and be like, fuck it, just do it, you know, push yourself out there and do it. But I can honestly tell you, I'm happy that I did it though. So I'm gonna be using this brush. Like I said, this is the brush that I usually use to go ahead and powder the rest of my face. This is a brush I'm gonna use to go ahead and blend everything together, just because I like it to look cohesive. I don't like any harsh lines. Like if you're into that and you like that line right here, go in with some setting powder and then put it right here on here, and then leave it on there baking for a minute, and then when you're gonna take it off, just brush it down like this if you like that line there, okay? I don't like the line there personally, so what I do is I go in with the brush that I usually use to set my face with, and I just start blending it. Circular motions, okay? And I like to blend it until I'm happy with the way it looks. I don't want to look sunburned. But I can honestly say I think that's always been something that's been stuck in my head. After I got that comment and that dude told me that, I was like, yo mama, I don't yo mama looks sunburned. But I was like, dude, chill. Yes, so if you could guess my sign, I'm gonna laugh, because I'm like, dude, am I really am I really that? But those who've been on here already and watched me before, you know my sign. I've said it before. So yes, I'm like, oh my god. So now every time I do like my contouring, that's always been something that's been stuck in my head. Like, I don't want to look sunburned. After he done said that, I was like, damn, that's harsh, bro. But yes, I was like, did he just tell me that I look sunburned? That is not cute. So I went into the bathroom and I was all there, like all sad. And I was like, blend, 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 blend until it goes away. But, what do you call it? That's always been like a thing now that I have in my head. But yes, so all I do is blend, blend, blend. And all this, the places that I place the bronzing and the contouring, I just go back in there and I just blend it. Just keep blending, you know? All right. If you hear my baby screaming, I'm sorry. He's screaming at his daddy. He's trying to get his attention, I'm sure. What I'm going to be using now for my eyebrows is going to be the Pharmacy powder. Let me show you. It looks like this. And it's going to be in the color blonde. What I'm going to do is wet my brush. If you want a more natural eyebrow, go in with this powder dry. I like my eyebrows to be a little bit more defined, so that's the reason why I wet my brush. But you don't have to, okay? If you want a more natural looking eyebrow, promise you, just go in with the powder, you'll be happy. So what I do is I go on the bottom line first. Y'all, for every day I have to do my eyebrows because, as you see, they're very sparse. They're very sparse eyebrows. They're there, but they're barely there. It's just an angle brush like this, just an elf brush, and then it has a spoolie on one side. I have a whole bunch of these. Like, I just grab whichever one's close to me. So what I'm gonna do is, like I said, I just go in and I focus the color right here on the bottom line first. And if you're looking into a more natural looking eyebrow, I'm sorry if you've been on here before and I have music playing. I tried to play it today, and for some reason my little speaker wasn't like connecting, and I just got tired of messing with this. I was like, oh well, let me hop on anyways. But yeah, so ladies, I'm like super excited. Let me tell you, when I say I'm excited, I'm like super excited. When I tell you, I was the type of woman that would like talk herself out of certain things and talk herself down, because I was in a horrible relationship before, and I like don't really like to talk about it a lot, because I honestly is like, that's my past and it is what it is. And honestly, I'm thankful I went through that, because it gave me 2 beautiful boys, and it is what it is. Like, we go through certain things for a certain reason, you know, and I feel like we meet certain people to teach us a lesson, and he taught me a lesson, you know. And I can honestly tell you that now in the relationship that I am now, I'm like, dude, he probably thinks I'm so short fused, but I'm just like the type of person where I don't take shit from nobody and no man's, okay? But yes, I do have a shorter fuse now when it comes to like the men I'm with, because honestly, like, my first husband like fucked me up, okay? Like, fucked me up mentally, where I was believing I wasn't shit, you know? And that's why I mean, like, by like being with a narcissist and being with somebody that puts you down to make himself feel better, like, get out, you know. And now I can honestly tell you, that's why I'm saying, like, now I'm just so short fuse that for anything I'm like I'm ready to fight. You want to box, bro? But I know that's bad because it's not his fault or whatever, but at the same time I'm like, people gotta know you ain't gonna take their shit too, you know. Just saying. Honey, if you're watching, I'm sorry. But yes, he knows it's true. I'm like, dude, what? I be going off for no reason, bro. I'm like, you want to fight? Ready to box and shit. All right. If you're interested in any of the products that I'm mentioning, or if you want me to repeat what I'm using, just let me know. But I love pharmacy products, and I can honestly tell you that it's changed me completely when it comes to makeup. And as I'm getting older, guys, I like look for things that are gonna help my skin as well. Like right now, since we're at home, you know, I don't go in a full face of makeup. I mean, hell yeah, I'll be sitting there watching my novelas with the full face of makeup, like, what, bitch? But at the same time, there are days where I'm just like, no, ma'am, nobody got time for that. I got too many damn kids to be on school with them and all that stuff, to wake up in the morning and do a full, like, beat. I don't have time for that sometimes. And this is usually the look that I go for when I'm at home, you know? But I can honestly tell you guys, like, it might seem like a lot of product that I'm using right now. Like, you're like, do you do that on a daily? Like, I try. But when I don't wear makeup, I just don't wear any makeup at all. I'm just chilling at home with the kids, you know? And we don't go anywhere. Like, ever since Corona, like, I really don't go anywhere, guys. Like, I stay home with the baby, I stay home with the kids, and I don't really go anywhere, you know? So the way my family works is we are a blended family. And with my first husband, I had 2 boys with him, and my honey has 2 kids. Those are my bonus babies, and I can honestly tell you that they're my babies because he has custody of his kids, and I take care of them like they're mine, you know. They're my kids. They go with their mother every other weekend, and that's if they go with her, you know. They usually stay with us. So I told him, I'm like, it's crazy to think, and we have a 1-year-old together. We just had a baby together. So, like, okay, so I can honestly tell you guys, me and my ex are better at co-parenting our kids than being in a relationship. And I always said, like, even before we like decided to like split up and leave and all that good stuff and go through all that, our divorce, even before we decided to just go ahead and get a divorce, like, we went through a lot, you know. And I told him, like, a long time ago, I said, if we ever plan on getting divorced, just know that I would never put my kids, like, keep them from you, because I'm not that type of woman. I feel like the kids need both parents no matter what. And honestly, like, who am I to say anything? You know, like, I try my best in being the best parent I can, but who says that I'm doing the best or that I am the best, you know? But we decided to go ahead and have our kids every other week. That was just a plan that worked best for us, and not necessarily saying that it's going to work for everybody, you know. And there are a lot of people out there in a relationship or have kids from another spouse, and that use the kids as a tool to like be vindictive to the other part, you know, the other parent. And I honestly don't understand that, you know, unless that person is a horrible person, like abusive in that aspect or whatever, and you know that he will like hurt your kids, then yes, by all means keep your babies away from that, you know. So now all I'm gonna do is, so I already kind of did my eyebrows. My eyebrows are done. They are there. If you saw me before, you saw that I had eyebrows, but they were barely existing. They were barely existing. They were there, but barely there. But now they're there. All right. So what I'm going to do now, I actually learned this trick on, was it what fucking TikTok, I think. I learned this trick on TikTok because I was thinking, okay, if you only have one palette to use, right? And you're like, okay, I'm not trying to reach for all these products. And you know, I get it. Like, I'm the same way. If I have one product that I can use, I'm like, okay, I just got that one. And I'm just going to use that one and that's it. And I'm going to find ways to use that one and that's it, you know? This looks taking way too long. I was like, I'm just going to do a regular normal day look. But I'm talking and talking and talking. I'm sorry. Okay, if I were to do this look like on a daily basis and I wasn't on here, I honestly, this is like a 10 to 15. And I'm done, son, you know? And I'm ready to rock and roll. But since I'm on here talking, I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I'm all in the cheese, man. I'm like, huh? Say what? What happened, girl? Tell me more. Okay, so then I'm going to be using this Makeup 3-in-1 face palette from Pharmacy. I'm going to be taking this blush, the same blush that I used to put on my face. I'm going to be using that same blush. I'm going to be taking this side of the brush. I got this brush like freaking years ago, honey. When I say years ago, I mean years ago. It's going to be the freaking, it doesn't even have the name on it. It's a Urban Decay Naked Flush brush. I think that's what it's called. But anywho, I like to use this brush usually when I contour. And for my blush, like if I'm not trying to go into different types of brushes like I did earlier, I usually just reach for this one and I'm done, you know. But this side, I'm gonna take this side right here. I'm gonna dip it into the blush. You're gonna see what I'm gonna do. You're gonna be like, what? You can use blush there? Because I learned this on TikTok. Okay, like I said, I watch a whole bunch of makeup videos on everything. I'm on TikTok. I'm on freaking Facebook. I'm on freaking YouTube, just googling away, you know. Pinterest, girl, yes, name it, I'm on there. Because I'm like, ooh, that's pretty. But anywho, so take this brush, right, and you just dip it in the product, your blush, take the excess off, and what I do is focus that color right here on the outer part of your eye. Yes, bitch, we're putting blush on the outer part of our freaking eyes, and it just gives you a little bit of color. And it makes you look like you're awake, bitch. You know, and it gives you just the perfect amount of color on your face. And I feel like if you're into, like I was telling you earlier, if you're into just going into one freaking palette and not reaching for this and that and that and this, I can honestly tell you this palette is amazing. Hey, Aunt D, how are you, girl? Like I said, this palette, okay, for an everyday look, if you're interested in just going for one freaking palette, okay, this is an amazing palette because you can also use this as an eyeshadow, okay? Use this to, you know, blah, blah. Y'all, I'm like stuttering. I'm sorry, I'm just rushing because I know y'all are probably like, bitch, it's supposed to be a simple look. But this palette right here, it's amazing because you can use it for eyeshadow, you can use it to contour your face, you can use it for all that. Like for every day, this is probably the palette that I would reach for because it has everything, you know, and it's just on one simple freaking palette. You know, you don't have to be reaching for this, you don't have to be reaching for that, you don't have to be reaching for this or that. It's all on this one. So like I said, I learned how to do this on TikTok. I'm on TikTok. Put a little bit of blush on your brush and just put it on the outer part of your eye, and it just gives you enough color where you don't feel like you're dead, and you have just that little pop of color right there, and it's focused on the outer part of your eye. And like I said, it gives you just the perfect amount of color on your eyes. You don't need to be going in this, into that. You don't have to be blending like crazy. It just gives you enough color, I feel like. All right. So now that that's on there, like I said, I was just going to go in, put just a little bit of blush on there. Make sure you do blend it out because sometimes, honey, I have a heavy hand, okay? Sometimes I be going out and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to blend it. That'll be me. I walk out the house, I'll be like, damn girl, you didn't even blend that shit. Okay, now it's blended. Okay, so after I blend that, then I'm gonna go in to highlight my inner part of my eye. Let me just clean my brush out real quick. I'm gonna be using this brush right here, which is the Morphe E18. Looks like this. And what I do is I'm gonna wet it, but I don't know, does anybody else do this? I wet the back of my hand, like literally put some setting spray. And I put my brush, I swirl it around on there, and then I dip it into whatever I'm gonna use. Like right now, I'm gonna be using the highlight from here, this highlight from here, and I'm gonna be using for the inner highlight of my eyes. Like I said, guys, this is like on a daily where I'm just like not trying to do a whole freaking eyeshadow look, where I'm not trying to be as dramatic, where I just need a little bit of something on my face and I feel okay. Like I said, this is personal preference. Nobody tells me I have to put makeup on or whatever the case is, you know. Like my honey like loves me for me, and he doesn't see my makeup, you know. He don't see me wearing makeup every day, and he's okay with it, you know. But me personally, my grandma used to always be like, always put your face on, you know, before you leave the house. And even just being at home, she used to be like, I don't know, does anybody understand in Spanish? But she used to be like, no dejes la casa sin tu cara. Like, don't leave the house without your face, you know? And I was like, but why, grandma? Why? And she'd be like, girl, you don't know who you're gonna see when you go out. And it's true. You're over here like, la la la, like looking trashy as hell, right? And then you go out and you see everybody and their mama out, and you're like, oh shit. You're like, don't look at me. And they're like, hey Roxanne. I'm like, that ain't me. Who's Roxanne? All right, so now I'm gonna be going into the L'Oreal Paris eyeliner. This freaking eyeliner is amazing. When I tell you it's amazing, I mean it, guys. It's amazing. I usually start my eyeliner right here on the outer part of my eye. Y'all, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna hop on real quick. I'm just gonna be like an hour or so, and I'm over here chit-chatting away. My honey's probably like, I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work during the week because you take too long. I'm gonna be like, I started talking. Sorry, my bad. My bad. He knows I'm long-winded. I love to talk, so he should be used to it by now. I'm honestly surprised he hasn't like popped his head in and been like, are you almost done? Y'all, and right now recently I've been doing my lives in my room, so excuse my room, guys. I'm not always gonna be in my room doing my lives, just so you know. This isn't my usual makeup area. It's usually, I have my whole setup in my garage, and just recently, because it's been cold and like crazy weather here, that's the reason why I've been doing it in my room. But I am gonna I'm gonna set my stuff back up in my area that I usually do in my lives, because I feel more comfortable doing them there, you know? Should I poke my eyeball? Ow. Don't cry, bitch. I'm like, poke my eyeball. All right, So we're done with the eyes pretty much. All I need to do now is go ahead and do mascara. I do not go in with full lashes, like hell no. Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't. If you do lashes on a daily basis, girl, I applaud you, but not me. As you can see, I do have, I don't know if you can see my lashes. I do have very long lashes, but I feel like they're very sparse, like my eyebrows, so I need a little help. And that's the reason why I like to use falsies. So I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes real quick. All right, just curl these lashes, girl. Where is everybody else firm, if you don't mind me asking? Y'all, excuse my hair. I don't know what the hell's going on with it today. Like, I literally, he told me, he's like, okay, babe, are we still gonna be doing your lives on Wednesday? And I said yes. And he's like, okay, I just need to know so when I get home, you know. I was like, yes, that's the plan. So like I said, I'm gonna be trying to do lives every Wednesday, and also record my YouTube so I can have, you know, videos to upload on there as well. If you're interested in following my YouTube, it's Roxy Socks Slays as well, and Slays has 3 Z's, just so you know. And also too, on Facebook I do have a makeup page, and that's the same, it's the same name on there as well. But yeah, I recently started doing those lives, and also too, I'm gonna be doing it on the weekend as well, because what I want to do is I want to record videos and then have enough information and stuff so I can actually go and edit videos for further videos on my YouTube. So I am going to be trying to do every Wednesday, and I don't know if I'm going to be doing Saturdays or Sundays yet. Let's see how that works out, but I'm pretty much thinking it's going to be on a Saturday, and then I can have 2 videos to upload for the following week, you know. I recently started doing YouTube videos, just so you know. I'm gonna be using this voluminous base from L'Oreal, and I like to use this to give me a little bit more oomph to my lashes. I feel like this stuff's amazing. I don't know where it's been my whole life, but at first I didn't even know that the L'Oreal had a base. The only one that I knew that had a base was a freaking, what was it, Clinique? No, I don't know. There was one that I was like, they have a base for your lashes? I was like, what? And then I saw this one at the store, and I was like, oh yeah, let's try that. And I can honestly tell you I'm obsessed with it. I do put some on the bottom lashes as well. Okay, I'm like, okay. Also, I've mentioned before, I let this dry. While I let this dry, I'm gonna go ahead and start the lips. But I did mention before, while you're doing your lashes, while you're doing your face and you want to do mascara, make sure you have, I use whatever mascara that you're going to be using for the day. I'm going to be using this one today, which is the L'Oreal Telescopic Black, Carbon Black. I'm going to be using this today, and while I'm doing the rest of my face, I literally have this stuck under my leg to warm up my tube. If you don't want to do all that, you just put it in a mug, like a coffee mug, hot water, and then put your tube in there and let it warm up. And then while you're doing your face, and then when you're ready to put it on, take the tube out. And then, girl, let me just tell you, if you have not tried that to warm up your tube and then put it on, that stuff glides on like super duper awesome. I did learn that from another makeup person, and I tried it, and let me just tell you, I was amazed. If you try it, let me know. And I promise you, it glides on like super duper fast and super amazing. I just learned that. Does anybody else do that? I didn't know that. I was like, what? She actually said, put the tube in your boob, but I don't have boobs like that, so it's just gonna fall out, you know, it ain't gonna warm nothing up. So that's why I put it under my leg. Because I got booty and legs, you know? Find it somewhere to warm up on your body. And the lip liner I'm using, it's just gonna be this one. It's the NYX lip liner, and this color I'm gonna be using, it's Nutmeg. This is like my go-to lip liner, period. like I always reach for that one no matter what the day is. And I'm gonna be using a Pharmacy Lippy, and this is gonna be a Pharmacy matte lippy, and this color is gonna be mauve pink, and the number is 01. I'm gonna be using that as my lippy. What is that you are warming up? The eyeliner. No, not eyeliner. Hey Lisa, how are you? I'm warming up my mascara tube. So any mascara that you're using while you're doing the rest of your face. Hey Melissa, how are you? While you're doing the rest of your face, I always say warm your tube up. No matter what mascara you're gonna be using, put it right here in between your boobs if you got boobs. But I'm not lucky, I'm not fortunate like that, so that's the reason why I put it under my leg. And if you don't want to do that and put it nowhere on your body and you're just like, nah girl, get a coffee mug, put some warm water, hot water in it, and put your tube in there, so while you're doing the rest of your face, that's warming up, you know. So when you put it on your mascara, it goes on super smooth. And I don't know if that's like a thing, but I did learn it on YouTube as well. I think her name's Dixie. I watch so many YouTube videos and so many freaking makeup shit that I learn different stuff from everyone, and I'm like, oh shit, where did I learn that from? But yes, it makes a huge difference, so try it and let me know. You're probably like, what is she talking about? Warm up the tube? What tube? Get lipstick on my damn teeth. The way to avoid getting lipstick on your teeth, you could just do your finger, and it takes off the excess that you have on there. I'm like, it just takes off the excess. She's like, I thought that's what you said, but I was like, what's she talking about? What you talking about, girl? But yeah, so warm up your tube, and I promise you the outcome is amazing, and that mascara goes on like butter. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put my mascara on. Y'all, I put my mascara on kind of weird. I blink my eye. I don't know, does anybody else do that? Because I was like, I do it like that. I've always done it like that. I don't know what it is about that, but I do. If you have not tried this telescopic mascara, let me just tell you, it's amazeballs. If you get mascara right here on the top of your eye, like I did right now, don't worry about it. We're going to take that off and I'll show you how. I have some long ass lashes, guys, and that's my problem when it comes to using mascara. It transfers on the top, like while I'm putting it on, and that's the reason why I blink my eye while I place it. I don't know. Does that make sense? I blink my eye while I'm placing the mascara. This brush is amazing. Like, it gets all your little lashes. So this is like a look that I constantly like reach for, like on a daily basis, where I'm not trying to do a full-on like eyeshadow look and all that good stuff. Like, I want to have a little bit of color and look a little bit woke, because sometimes I don't look in a mess, girl. I'll be telling you, like, I'm like, I don't have time for a full face sometimes. Like, I'm a mom of 5 babies, and sometimes a girl don't got no time to be doing her face like that, okay? I don't got time to be sitting here, you know, blend my whole eye makeup. I'm like, nah, girl. Okay, so all you're gonna do is take your spoolie from your eyebrow brush, the spoolie on this side, and it'll take that mascara off without messing up any of the product on the bottom. Like anything that you placed on your eyelid. You see? Took it off. And that's another trick I learned on freaking YouTube or something. I'm gonna be using the Pharmacy Time Locker. Looks like this. Y'all, make sure when you spray this, you spray it a little further from your face, because if you spray it close, it's intense. Let me tell you, you're gonna be like, ah, what the fudge? I'm gonna be using this highlighter from the palette from Pharmacy, which is the Makeup 3-in-1 palette from Pharmacy. It looks like this. I'm gonna be using this to go ahead and highlight my face. So while my face is wet, that's the highlight I'm gonna reach for. I don't know if you can see that, but damn, that spray, honey, don't put it too close to your face, I promise. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? The first time I sprayed it on my face, guys, I was like, oh shit, what am I doing? That was a lot. I thought I was choking. While my face is wet, that's when I go ahead and put my highlighter on. And bam. I want to be shining bright like a diamond. And this brush that I'm using, it's the Morphe R36. It looks like these. And we're done. Anyways, this is the final look. I hope you guys really enjoyed my little tutorial. If you like the way I do my makeup, or whatever the case is, if you're interested in learning this little simple little look, this is usually what I reach for on a daily, just because I'm at home with my kids and I want to have a little bit of color and look a little bit of cute, and in case something pops up and I have to go somewhere, you know, I want to have at least a face on. So anyways, I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I want to send you guys love and appreciation. And if anything, please subscribe to my channel. Come back and watch me. But anyways, thank you. Y'all have a great night. Bye. Corazoncitos. Besitos. Bye.